breaking news out of Russia as well. A court there has upheld the 9-year prison sentence for U.S. basketball star Brittney Griner. That decision just a few minutes ago. Griner was arrested back in February at a Moscow airport. She had vape cartridges containing cannabis oil, which is banned in Russia. And since that sentence has come out, we've heard from Griner herself via video link. We've also heard from a top U.S. diplomat in terms of reaction. Let's bring you some word from Washington right now. Watching this story very closely, Magda Gabriselassie has the very latest details as we keep an eye on that courtroom in Moscow. Magda.
Heather, this, of course, is not the outcome that Brittney Griner and her lawyers were working towards. Earlier this morning, we heard Griner apologize to the court for her mistake. She said she didn't intend to do this. She reminded the court that she pleaded guilty, and she really hoped that the judges would keep that in mind and urge them to reduce her sentence. Of course, they have decided to instead uphold the 9-year sentence, but they did take into account some of the time that she has served throughout this process, plus a little more. So in the end, she is set to serve about 8 years. Now, Griner was asked if she understood the ruling. She responded that, yes, she did understand. Again, this is not what her and her lawyers were asking for. Her lawyers were hoping that her sentence would be reduced, and if not that, they were actually pushing for an acquittal, which, of course, did not happen. So we're hoping to get some reaction from her lawyers. But until then, a U.S. Embassy official was in the courtroom when this all went down. Elizabeth Rood spoke afterwards and said that the sentence remained excessive and disproportionate. Here's more from her.
It is honestly tragic that Ms. Griner had to spend her birthday last week in a Russian prison rather than at home with her family and on the basketball court with her teammates. Nothing in the previous sentence, nothing in the result of today's appeal changes the fact that the United States government considers Ms. Griner to be wrongfully detained.
Now, as this just happened, we're still waiting for more reaction. As I said, we're waiting to hear from Griner's lawyers. Possibly reaction from her family, her fans, her teammates. Will be looking out for that, and reaction from the White House. So we'll keep an eye on that, Heather.
Magda, thank you very much. Magda Gabriselassie is in Washington this morning.